All right, so the Courses tab is your go-to tab for understanding how your courses are performing. Now with the course reports, you can see which courses are killing it, spot the ones that need a little TLC, track how many learners are taking each course, and quickly analyze quiz results across the entire company. You can easily identify trends, completion rates, engagement levels, quiz performance, overall effectiveness, and really so much more. Come on, let me show you how these work. All right, so from the Analyze menu tab, we're just going to come down and choose the Courses tab here. And this gives us a list of all of our published courses and the enrollments. So over here on the left, we can see the course name, and this is a sortable list as well. We could also sort by enrollments. Now, if you have a lot of courses, I don't have too many, but if you had a lot, you could also just use the search field to quickly find the course you're looking for. All right. So let's go ahead and just view an individual report for one of these courses. So we'll just take this first one here. Now we see the dashboard up top right here. We see the title of the course, the number of lessons in this particular course, and we get a quick big picture view of everything that's happening here in the course. We can see we have 6 learners have completed the course, 9 learners are currently in progress, and then we have 1 learner who has not started the course. Off to the right, we have the total number of hours spent learning, and then we have the average quiz score for the course. Now, we can even drill down into question level reporting by clicking the report link right here, and just give this a moment to load. And with the question level reports, you can really drill down and see how your learners answered individual questions on quizzes that were tracked for completion. So, for example, in this first question, looks like we have 90% of our learners answered this correctly. So that was 9 learners. And then we had 1 learner answer the second choice as the incorrect choice. So what this is good for, what you can use this for potentially, is to identify perhaps issues with either performance in your learners or maybe identify gaps in your content. So for example, just going down here quickly, I guess the last one's an example. We have 30% of our learners. Now, I don't have a big sampling pool, right? There's only 3 learners here, but 30% of our learners have missed this question, but also missed it by guessing or answering this second choice. So that might be something to look at from a content perspective, to go back in and really look at maybe the questions or the choices are a little too similar, or maybe they're a little ambiguous. But you could use the question level reports to identify those types of trends or gaps. All right, so I'm going to come back up here and let's just go back. Okay, so down below we have the status tab, and this is where you'll find all learners who are currently or previously enrolled in the training. So the column is sortable, so we can sort alphabetically or descending order right here. We can check their status by clicking the status tab, see who's completed the course, who's in progress, as well as who hasn't started the course. Then we can also sort by duration, quiz score. Again, I like sorting by quiz score when you have the requirement of a quiz, because perhaps this could give you some insight also into either your content gaps or maybe learner performance, right? So four of our learners are missing or failing the quiz, but they're also getting the same score. We can also check progress, last activity, and of course, if that course had a due date. Okay, so here is a pro tip, and that is we can click on a row to expand the learner's activity. So for example, James, I'm not going to click his name. You see I have a little hyperlink underneath his name. I'm just going to click anywhere in the row, and I can quickly see his recent activity. So this includes everything from the activity, his recent activity, the duration, how long you spent in the course, number of lessons viewed, and a quiz score if there was one. And then if you needed to see more detailed information about the particular learner, you would just click their name and you could go into their learner report. So up top, you see some options for sorting. So by default, it's set to all time, but if you wanted to just go back 30 days or 60 days, you could go back and see. Sorry about that, I clicked a little too quickly. Let's come in here, right, time, 7:30, 60, all time, and then you can also sort here by groups. As if you want to just see how maybe the compliance group is doing, click apply. And then you can see that both of those users have completed the course within that group. Come back in here and just deselect the group. So you have a lot of options for filtering and really narrowing down what it is you want to focus on. Whoops, did I select one? And click out of there. And then, of course, you have your learners, and if you wanted to, also filter learners as well. And just like with all reports, you can come over and export this report to a CSV file, and then you can use that as a way to really analyze that data offline, or maybe share it with some additional managers or admins. Now, for the activity tabs, we'll come to the second tab up here. We have the activity tab. Here we can see all of the activity in this particular training. So it's sorted by default by date, so we can see the last time someone logged in and worked on that course. You can see on 6:30, this user Scott spent 18 minutes in the course, completed 7 lessons, and then has a quiz score. So I really like how we use the color coding for quizzes. So you can see red for failed attempts, green for complete or passing scores, and of course you can always sort by the quiz score just to come through and quickly identify which scores are below, which scores are passing or above, and then you also have your status as well. And then here's again, and this report is also exportable. All right, that's how you can use the course reports to identify your most and least popular courses, track completion rates, measure learner engagement, analyze quiz results, and find out which content is hitting the mark.